everybody, and welcome back to Faulkner County's Book Nook. This month I was a little bit crunched for time, so I decided that I would share with you guys my absolute favorite book of all time. It is Hard-Boiled Wonderland and the End of the World by Haruki Murakami. This book was translated into English by Alfred Brindbaum and has since been translated into several other different languages. It kind of sets the basis for a lot of science fiction, cyberpunk dystopian kind of work, especially if you like things like the recent game Cyberpunk 2077. I think that you will see a lot of similarities between this and the plotline for that game. This book follows two different characters, neither of which have a defined name, that are set in parallel universes. One being the science fiction world that is set in a futuristic Japan, with a 35-year-old man who's known as a calculatech, which is just a very weird and kind of hard to describe job that is, you just know that it is a very strange job that he has. He gets hired on by an older man to be able to help him study and research something called sound removal, which is a technique that this older man is developing to be able to read your subconscious without you ever, without hearing anything. Somebody can take a look into your subconscious and know what's going on. The other half of this world takes place the other half of the story takes place in a world that is a dystopian fantasy. And it features a very lively character who is, again, also not named, but he shows up to this very bleak and sad looking town with no place to go. And so they initiate him into the town and make him a dream reader at the cost of him losing his shadow, which for him contains all of his memories of who he was in the past. And these two people, they experience a lot of the exact same things. They are both thrust into these worlds and situations where everything just does a 360 for them. Everything does a 180 for them. Yeah. And they are put in situations that they never experienced, that they never thought they would have to experience. And like I said, both stories perfectly parallel each other. They experience the same kind of romance, heartbreak, loss, trauma, and you find over time that the things that they experience and the parallels between the two of them have a much stronger connection than you realize at the beginning of the story. In fact, these two, their destinies are intertwined with each other. And I like to think that if you are a fan of things like the Backrooms, just something very weird and otherworldly, or if you like movies such as like Blade Runner or Inception or something like that, this is probably something that you're really going to enjoy. I will warn you guys, it is a very strange book, but actually that's what drew me to it, because it was originally something I didn't think that I was going to enjoy. But there were a lot of morals and quotes and very beautiful things that I was able to take from this, and some of which I have applied to my daily life or motivated by, including a few quotes that I have kept up on my wall. This is one of those books that I definitely feel like I wish I could go back and read again for the first time, because unfortunately it will not be as wonderful to me going back the second or the third time as it was reading it the first time. I really hope that some of you decide to give this book a chance, and that you enjoy it just as much as I did. So if you liked today's video, please go like and follow us on our social media. We are on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Please follow us for more monthly book nooks. And also, if you guys have anything you would like to recommend to me for me to read and review for book month, please comment it below. I would love to be able to see what people are into, and maybe I'll pick one of those books and review it later on. All right? Thank you.